Hi there, and welcome to DemonView Drives, where somebody who knows nothing about cars tries to convince you that he knows something about cars. So, this week's video, we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. We are actually going to be looking at my first accessory that I'm going to install in my car, which is these Bluetooth car interior lights with music sync. Yeah, you can pretty much get these for a dime a dozen on Amazon or a scene on TV or stuff like that. But what I'm actually going to do today is install these in my car and see if they're actually any good. So with that, on with the video. So here we are, this is the product of doom, and you'll just have to excuse the lighting because this was an unplanned video. A lot of things are not going to be planned here on this, so let's see if we can open the box, because if I can't, then I might as well just give up now. So, what do we got? We got a very difficult to open box, apparently because the cardboard is folded in underneath. There we go. So, this not only operates by Bluetooth, it also operates via a remote control. And you've seen these. Now, what I did is, since I have a USB power supply in the car, I got the USB option. The other one does come with a cigarette lighter adapter, but it only had like one input on that cigarette lighter adapter. So it means once you plug it in, your lights will be lighted, but then you only had one USB, whereas right now I use dual adapters and it works fine. So here we go. This is what's in the kit. You got your remote. You've got various light bars. There should be two for the front under the dash and then one for two under the rear seats. So under the driver's seat and under the passenger seat. And they will have slightly longer wires, which would be these two. And this goes under the dash, under the footwell, and into your power supply. And on this we have an on-off button, color, mode, and music. Very nicely, they also supplied some zip ties, some screws, I'm not sure why, and some sticky Velcro pads, it looks like, and some instructions, bless them. So I'm going to see how easy this is to install. Spoiler alert, it's going to be very easy, and since I don't have a light, it's going to be very odd. So, instruction manual. Oh, look, they even tell you where to place them. Under the rear seats, under the dash. I'm going to do that and see how it works. Now, one thing I want to mention as I unroll these, I am actually going to keep these cable ties because A, I don't want to throw them away because that would be bad for the environment and I don't want little birdies eating them. Also, if I'm putting these under the seat, I might want to tie some of the wires up and shorten them, so keep your cable ties if you're getting one of these kits. I'm just going to put them all in here nicely. I mean, yes, they do have zip ties, but keep the cable ties anyway. Like I said, you don't want to be endangering the little aminals. There. Now, in case anyone is asking, hey, how come you're not doing this properly, you know, installing screws, lifting the trim up, you know, tucking stuff in, I am installing it the way an everyday person who doesn't know anything about cars, me, would do this. So I'm just using the glue that's on it. I'm lifting up the trim and kind of like sticking the wires under there so they don't fall out and catch on my feet or anything. Don't want that while I'm driving. And it's likely that I possibly will actually screw these in afterwards and do it properly because I don't want it falling down when I'm driving, don't want it interfering. So I'm just trying to get the cables for now out of the way, get this installed. And so far it seems to be going okay. The only thing I will say, noticed this before, let's see if I can get one out here. It's on it. Wow, bits of a rat's nest anyway, is that these use that type of red backed glue that comes on many electronic items. And one of the things is when you're trying to separate that red tape, which is the backing tape, from the glue itself, you kind of start peeling off the glue because it doesn't separate that easily. So you might want to kind of like have a bit better light than I do when it comes to separating this, but so far it's going okay. Okay, one of the things I will say is that I'm not sure if there were specific lengths on this stuff or not, but I did notice that once I wired it in under the front and then ran the cable down along the side here to go under the rear, it was a pretty tight fit. I could have done with another inch or two of cable. Now, the way this thing is designed, and maybe I'll put in a little picture afterwards, is that the wires kind of go in one end, come out the other. If they both come out, like gone in one end and come out the other end, I could have ran the wires down the center of the console and put it that way. But if I had done that with the way the wires are hooked up now, I would have had to double back the cable. That would have been hanging loose then, and that would not have been good. So yeah, it's a bit of a design flaw, but the installation is going very easily. Now, in case you're wondering just what the heck you're looking at here, this is the camera on the ground looking straight up under the dash. That's the steering column that you can see in the middle. And yeah, that's basically how it fits under the dash. It just sticks to the plastic there. Now, I would not wash that plastic or clean that plastic with any type of cleaner first, because that's going to affect the adhesion of the glue on the back of the strip. You kind of want to maybe just wipe it down with a very dry paper towel, even rough up the surface of that plastic a little bit if you have a bit of sandpaper, and that will help things stick even better. One more thing to add is you can see at the end of each of the light strips, you can see a little hole there, and that's actually the screw hole. So those screws that came with this light strip, you can actually screw the light strip into the plastic of the dash there if you want to make it really, really secure and not fall off. Me, I don't like drilling holes in my car, so I didn't. It's still stuck there, but yeah, at least I have the screws if I want to go that route. And this is how I have the wires stuck behind the trim. No tools required. That was done very quickly. And this is what it looks like behind the rear passenger seat. As you can see, you can't really actually see the light strip, but you can see the glow from it, and that's exactly what you want. And this shot I took from the rear passenger door, and as you can see, you can't really see those light strips at all. You can see the glow. It's very pleasant. It's not too bright, and it really does add a bit of life to your vehicle. Okay, so that's installed, and I'm going to kind of rate this on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the hardest, 5 actually being the easiest. And I would give that about, I'd give it about a 4 actually, because it's just a peel and stick kind of solution. Not the tidiest of solutions, but it's not too bad either. It's not like you have many wires hanging about around, so I'm going to give that like a 4 for ease of installation. Now we're going to see how it looks. So let's power on and see what happens. Let's see if it works. So in case you're wondering why this car looks so dirty, it's because this damn thing has never been cleaned, and I want to save my cleaning for some detailing videos. So, as we can see, we've got some underglow lighting going on here, well, in the car. And yeah, the remote does work. I've got a few cables down here because it's actually a power cable. This is the cable for the unit itself right here. As you can see, it's not interfering with the gear shift levers or anything like this. This is the 4-wheel drive selector. Won't be using that till winter. Got a spare cable hanging around here. I really got to sort out my cables. This was for my phone charger. There we go. And I've got one for my dash cam as well. So yeah, I would say this actually works quite nicely. I won't be leaving it on. I'm only going to be using it if I'm making some videos in the car. But as you can see, it works nicely. And it's dimmable. Lovely. Let's go with that green. And I put some in the rear as well. And yep, that's working. So there you go. As far as a cheap and easy kit to install, yeah, that's it. Does it look absolutely stunning and wonderful? No. Is it easy to do? Sure. If you have 20 bucks lying around, should you put one in? Yeah, sure, why not? What else are you going to do? So there we go. Easy to install in-car lighting. Worth it. I'm going to give that about a 3 out of 5. As we wrap up this review of that lighting system, something just occurred to me. Who's going to benefit from this lighting system? I mean, will young boy racers absolutely love this? If you have a child, when I say child, you know who I mean. That little son of yours who's a terror, who's racing around in his cheap-ass second-hand Opel Astra, or whatever the American equivalent is, you know, and basically having lights in his car thinking he looks awesome, right? Now, actually, old people will love this system. Yes, you hear me. And why is that, you may be asking yourselves? Well, simple answer. We're coming into the winter months, okay? It is getting dark out. Have you ever dropped something in your car and then gone scrabbling around and looking for it because you can't see where it is? Well, if you have a lighting system in your car, guess what? You're going to be able to find exactly what you dropped, you clumsy git. So yes, having a lighting system in your car is actually something useful and not just reserved for idiotic drivers in baseball caps. Yes, I'm aware of the irony. So if you want to purchase one of these quite easy to install lighting systems, I'm going to leave a link down below for you to do that. And yeah, I recommend it because, like I said, it's out of the way, it's not intrusive, and you know, come the winter time, you're going to be actually glad that you had a lighting system in your car so you can see what the hell you dropped on the floor and how to find it. So, with that review done, until next time, cheerio. There's an airplane flying overhead because I'm in a hangar. Another thing to know is that the reason I choose this set is because not only is it remote control, it's also Bluetooth app controlled. So if you feel like installing Chinese spyware on your phone, install that app and give the Chinese government access to all your information on your phone. Or don't install it and just use the remote. That's a good idea. You could install an app on your phone and control them via Bluetooth. Now, that may be a problem if you're a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist who doesn't want to give China all the information on your phone.